Hello guys. I think it's a bit... Yeah, there's no sound, but... Okay, this is just a short playback of what happened yesterday. So this whole stream, right, I will... After showing this short clip, I will run through an example of how, even if you have like 60 million troops in your turf, you still get burnt. And kind of like run through why that's the case. So, you can see DJ Joker, the whole Joker family actually tried to rally against our clanmate, Lifey. So that, just want to tell you that even if you have 1 billion plus might, if you don't have the correct troop breakdown, it's still very dangerous to tank at least 6 or 7 concurrent rallies. Let's see. I guess it's better. Ah. So what happened is, you know, by default, right, you should always use your reinforcement as your main front line. Because even if you reinforce maybe infantry and you realize the first rallies that's going to hit upon you is full cavalry, for that case, right, logically speaking, you might thinking that since you are on full infantry and you got countered, is it wise to actually change to range? The answer is actually no. There you see OP NYC hits and and we just tank 1 rallies, because right after this, that's game. We realized, right, just this 1 rally, right, is going to be very painful. And he shoot it right after this. Just let you have a look at the results and what is this all about. Okay. NYC. So this is the guy that hit us on that first rally, and let's see. And the troop breakdown, right? Honestly, the reason why we shoot it is because the troop breakdown for our teammates over here is less than 30 million. You know, when you have a bad troop breakdown like 30 million, logically speaking, when you get hit by 6 or 7 concurrent rallies, you should by default shoot. But not for the case of my teammate over here, because let me see. He has quite a decent gears. In addition, his with decent gears and in addition of the heroes, most of the good heroes like Gold Chaos Dragon, as you can see over here, and even despite having a very low bad troop breakdown of like 30 million plus troops, right, we still tank the hits, but just 1 hit. That's the best we can do. I will not show his breakdown, but I can show what happened in that rally, and that is just a short playback of what actually happened. Right? So it's a 2.3 million of majority T4 fighters that went down the drain. But I tell you what, if you have 30 million troops, please do not tank rallies, especially if you are not confident enough. Okay, because by default, any troop breakdown that is 30 million when you're against mythic clan, like for instance this guy over here, right, you get smashed very easily. Okay, because this could easily demolish anyone that's below 15 million troops, not to say 30 million troops. So that's the reason why we only tank 1 hits, because we knew the second hit most probably is not really a good trade-off for us. So only tank troops if and only if you are at a rally trap status. So that is what it is. You know what, Rivera? It's not about the might. It's about the effective strength. 30 million troops with bad troop breakdown could be as bad as someone of a 300 million might that is able to tank 3 or more concurrent rallies easily. So it's not about the might per se. It's about the effective troop DPS, effective troop strength in your rally itself. So, you know, for the case I showed before, the rally trap, the 299 million rally trap for OAO, he's capable to tank at least 10 rallies, despite having a 299 million rally trap status. But for cases of like this, my guildmate over here, despite having 1.1 billion, his troop might is terrible, to be honest. I shall not go into details his troop breakdown, but all I can say is 30 million troops with that kind of troop breakdown won't be able to tank much, to be honest. You might be right. Okay, another thing is, you know, we're going for migration soon, but I would like to take this chance to show another part of this video is, you know, this part I just show how we got rallied by DJ, the Joker clan, Joker alliances. The next part is some pictures to show how my guildmate rally against someone with 62 million troops. So this is another example. Even if you are at 62 million troop breakdown, right, you still get burned, because the rationale of effective troop might, right, you have to bear in mind that if your 62 million troops breakdown inside have above a certain amount of T1's troops, the additional T1 troops that's inside there will be rendered inefficient, become I would say more like ineffective DPS, ineffective strength. So this is a very good example of saying that even you have 62 million, but bulk of it pertains to T1s, you'll reach the point whereby those additional troops above that threshold will become 0 effective strength. So this is another example. Ice quitted. Yes, but you never know when he will be back. You never know. Just like when Lobby quitted like a few months back, he came back but using another account. Well, it's never dead, because there's always more new ralliers out there. So for this case, right, 62 million, let me give you an example of this guy gear. This guy has a gear like this. Check this out. His gear is actually quite decent, being at a purple Skull Crusher, all the purple gears with some gold over here. Yet at 62 million troops over here, he burns. Let me explain why he burns. Look at his troop breakdown over here. What the fuck is this troop breakdown? Seriously? You know, by default, right? If you have that much of T1s, you reach the point of ineffective DPS. You still remember at least 5-6 months ago, I talked about the internal cap of T1s. Back then, I just mentioned a cap that was quoted by someone. I can't remember who, but the internal cap I remember is 13 million. 13 million. So which means if your T1 troops, right, reach the point of 13 million amount, as far as I know, as far as I remember, 13 million. So anything above that will be considered 0 strength. 0 strength. So you know what is the effective strength on this guy? Let me compute for you guys. This is so bad. So bad. Wait, did someone say someone got rally? He got cap. Okay, before that, let's have a look at the guy who got cap at 395 503 and 333. Who the hell got cap? What? Gao? Did someone got cap? Is that really the Gao? Gao Qiang? Wait, let me double check the name. Is this still Gao Qiang? No. Yes! Gao Qiang. Gao Qiang just got capped. The third biggest rallier got capped. Yes, you're right, man. If you're gonna defend in minimum T3, T4 with so much of T1s, it's very ineffective. Because a lot of people mention about T1 being the highest proportion of strength to might ratio. Yes, indeed that's true, but that is under the condition of having a certain amount of T1s. Alright, anything below like maybe 30 million T1s, right? You are right. You are right to say that in terms of strength, every strength per might ratio, right, that is the highest. Correct? Because let me get myself clearer. I'm not sure whether you guys understand by strength per might. Okay, let's take this take this example. Okay, what the fuck? Real rally? I don't think that's real rally. It's not hit yet, but in the meantime, let's talk about something else. Yeah, so far Gao just got capped by this guy that is 341 million. Yep, a typical example of red trap. So back to my topic about strength per might ratio. What I mean is, yes, T1 is indeed the highest strength per might ratio. Because if you look at this, right, for every archer, right, for every might, sorry, for every, how can I put this in better terms? Okay, for every 1 point of might, right, the equivalent strength is giving 0.5 for T1s. For every 1 point of might, the equivalent strength is giving 0.5 for T1s. For T2s is for every might, 1 might that invested in T2s. I say might, right? Is 0.59. Same for T3 is the lowest, which means every might only give you a equivalent of 0.217, and T4 is the third best. Okay, 0.255, which means in all cases, if you want to deflate your might as low as possible yet having a high strength, obviously T1 is good. That's the reason why solo trap is always built in the case of T1s. But you must know, for rally trap, if you hit a certain threshold, you reach the case of additional troops will become redundant. Not an effective strength at all, it won't add any value in your defense. I bet Gao doesn't have any idea about these games. Well, one thing for sure is, I know he's rich as fuck. Or, his father is damn rich, just like CTK! Just like Henry Joy. By the way, it's Harry Jaya. And Harry Jaya, according to some unknown person that will PM me, Harry Jaya is a pretty Hong Kong girl. What the fuck? Pretty Hong Kong girl. What the fuck is that? I have no idea if there's more rallies coming in. But for the case of this, since Gao is so rich, right? I foresee there will be more people out there. Perhaps it's alliances. The Gao family is going to try to triple, double, quadruple rally, maybe 20 rallies on this guy just to get back his leader. I won't be surprised at all, okay? Because 341 might, the best possible breakdown for you to defend at 341 might is something like this. So let me put an assumption of him having the best possible theoretical troop breakdown, which means he has something like this. Okay, this is my assumption. You have something like this. I'm not sure whether it's correct, because his total might is 341, something like that. So this guy, for him to be so confident to defend again and again, potentially his troop breakdown could be something like that. Okay, kind of like a bit of T-Force, just to be at the back line, somewhat, some not, and kind of 8 million plus or T2s each. Because in that case, right, you can actually deflate your might as low as possible, yet having a very high effective strength. So for this case, the effective strength is 27 million. You know, for you to be a good rally trap, you only need 24 million strength. So for his case, right, possibly he's doing in this case, in this kind of breakdown, with a core might of 100 million, right? 100 million. I'm being very conservative because 100 million having T-Force is very reasonable for someone to have 100 million might. Okay, so possibly more, but I'm not too sure. But this is a conservative kind of like estimate. What the hell? No one is hitting on him. Gao fight. You guys debating on who is the best rally leaders? No doubt FY Zhan is one of them. Vincent, yes. Gao, not too sure. Maybe, maybe not. Not too sure. Sky Joe, definitely not, but he's rich as fuck. CTK Harry Jaya, maybe, but based on the track record of CTK Harry Jaya, it seems like he has most wins. But you must know that wins is attributable to the coordination from the alliances. It's not the skill of the rally leader per se. So Yep, it really depends. That's why I said, you know, for the China guild out there, it's very different from a typical other typical guilds out there, because I actually tried. I understand that for China people, for the Chinese guild, right? I think I mentioned this many times before. For us, for most of the players, be it in the United States, be it in the other parts of Southeast Asia, in Australia, in any other countries in the Europe, most of them use Discord as a way of communicating and try to coordinate when is the best time to release, and there's somewhat of a limit of the Discord channel, right? But the thing is, for the China, they're using another platform that is called YY, the alphabet YY, and you can incorporate up to 100 concurrent conference to coordinate between all the rally leaders. So they are very coordinated in that sense, in the sense of you can have up to 100 people speaking and coordinating at the same time, and they are way coordinated and they are way focused, and they know what's not to do and how to send at the right time. Certain strategy is something that they won't share, right? So for example, it's like you have to incorporate the time of the marching and incorporate the fact that that march maybe is the infantry, and for the infantry march to lose, you must assume that the calf will be hitting on you. So the very next concurrent rallies that's marching at a split second after this march, right, will be range. So for that case, you can ensure that in these two march, you're guaranteed to bypass any attackers that try to attack you at that juncture. So after these two concurrent rallies, that is when maybe the Emperor, CTK Harijaya, will come after them to leverage on the time that was taken, that was being overthrown by the guilds. I can't really put it in better terms, but there are so much strategies in place for the China guild out there that can somewhat guarantee the CTK alliance to win. I think back 2 Emperor War or 1 Emperor War ago, CTK Harijaya got the sword, right? And he lost his leader, yet he won the Emperor title with a very, very big margin. So that's a very good testament of coordination. You need not have good gears per se. Yes, as I said, it's win without a leader, because just by the new strategy of sending solo marches to capitalize on the time difference. You know, time difference is worked out by the whole family to pinpoint at time for you to go in and out. That is way more important being a good rally leader. Okay, that's the best way for you to win. So only if two family they have the equal amount of rally coordination, then the limiting factor would be the rally leader skills as well as rally leader gears. That's the reason why Sky Erjiu, right, has lost to OAO back then by virtue of poor inferior coordination back then. But currently now, I'm not too sure whether they improved. Really not too sure. What jewels the hoarders give and not give, like champion jewel, or they just attack? Talking about hoarders jewels, you know, I've been clicking on this for this 3 random jewels. So far, what I've obtained is mainly the jewels that will pop up from here, right? It's like typical jewels that we'll get from these are red jewel cases. I've yet to obtain any like worm jewels or champ jewels. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you have gotten some champ jewels out here, please let me know on the chat. But as far as I know, Payday support skill over here will only grant you 3 random jewels, just like a legendary jewel, chest, which means it can give you up to a gold cavalry attack jewel. So, you know what's the value of this? It's as good as you having 6,000 times 3 gems, 18,000 gems every 2 days. That's freaking significant. So, I would say Holy Stars, Payday, VIP points, and what lah? Oh, and Gold Digger plus a Stroke of Fortune. All of them are very valuable. Alright? But in terms of the most valuable one, if you put into gems perspective, I would say Payday, because that's equivalent to 6k times 3, 18,000 gems of equivalent jewel boxes every 2 days. Is it every 2 days or 3 days? Let me double check. I could be wrong again. Yeah. Oh, I was wrong. It's 3 days. So even so, it's so that will be equivalent of 18 divided by 3, 6,000 gems every day. That's a lot. Come on, that's a lot. If Zan gets one more Emperor piece, it's end of 2 in the Baron or in the Zan头啊. Okay lah. Let's go back to this topic. You know this one? Let me compute the effective might of this Joker over here. I was talking about this guy, right? This guy with what's the number of troop count again? 62 million troops. Alright. We still burn. What's the proof of the burn? The proof of the burn is here. Dun, 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 dun. Because as long as you are 0% and we are 2%, it means we win, right? We won, despite you having 61 million troops and 899, and against a single rally. So the main reason is because of this. Okay, because of this. Because this troop breakdown, the effective strength is not as what you thought it should be. Okay, wait, let me just do a quick calculation. You know, I'm kind of have a fetish of data. You know what? It has been a very long time since I streamed something like this. I've been working 每天每夜 for the past weeks, months, in fact months. But it's just that only in the recent days, right, I've been working more than 14 hours a day. I'm not kidding. More than 14 hours a day I've been working like a dog. Because of some audit financial on the financial closing, compliance and stuff like that, right? That's pushing me to the brim, but I've still had to fight on because I know tough time don't last, tough men do. Okay, wait. Look at that. The T2s that he have over here is, in fact, 10 million is quite reasonable. But why did he burn? This is something quite interesting. He has something like that, right? Sorry, that will be 10 million. Sharpshooter, 2 million. Oh, look at this, 26 million. Sorry, that's 260 million. As well as a 19 million troops. So, honestly, if it goes based on formula per se, right, it seems like a very high anti-front line of at least 63 million ND frontline. But they fail to realize something. This guy is freaking low in his frontline strength of only 4 million. Because of the imbalanced kind of frontline strength, right? As long as you get countered, right? You get smashed easily because you don't have an effective way to counter back. Which means if let's say someone sends full range, there's no strength that can actually demolish that full range because there's not enough infantry strength inside there. So in addition to this, right, you have to bear in mind that the effective strength over here, right, is no longer what you see over here. Okay? It's no longer 26 million, 90 million. It's as good as saying that you're capped at 30 million. So this will become like equivalent to maybe 65000 each. Okay? So you drop another 40 million. And because of this, that's the reason why this Joker got burned at this ridiculous troop breakdown, using infantry as a front line. That's funny. 川中诺，好久没现直播。答对了，本身很忙，没有时间管这些东东。说实在的，我可能要不在线了。Probably I have to cut it short because there's work tomorrow and it's 12:46 AM in Singapore. So probably I will stop the stream, end the stream. So hopefully this short stream playback will give you, add some value in your Lots Mobile experience. I know the game is getting, day on day is getting a bit dry because of the content doesn't really add much value and stuff like that, but just enjoy as it lasts, guys. Enjoy the present moment. Yes, yes, indeed game is getting boring because of Harry Jaya, CDK, no one fight them. That's the reason why you need to have balance of good, strong powers. Right? If everyone is going to be alliance with CTK, who is there to fight? So I really encourage more alliances out there to fight against them. Alright? Sky, if you can get stronger, please. Okay, with that, thanks so much for tuning in for the past 35 minutes. I know I haven't been streaming for many weeks, but my apology, because of my work commitment, I hardly have time. Even for today, right, I try to find some time to update you guys on the status of what I have been doing, as well as add some value in some analysis of some rallies, be the rallier. Good luck. Goodbye, guys. Bye.